to my channel. My name is Donna and I am the Creole Crafter. Today I have the pleasure of being in a fall freestyle collaboration with Miss Melinda over at IB Dowd. And we are going to bring to you 5 fall DIY projects of our choice. That's why it's called Freestyle Collaboration. And I'll talk about that later in the video. DIY number 1. Here are the supplies that you need to complete this DIY. I have some tumbling tower blocks, some apple barrel paint in antique white, some Mod Podge. I also have some jute twine, and I have some burlap material strips. I also have a fall fat border from Dollar Tree and some fall ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I have one of those galvanized signs, fall signs from Dollar Tree, and a pumpkin from Dollar Tree. Okay, the first thing I did was I placed a pumpkin on the fabric and I traced it and cut the fabric out to fit the pumpkin. And I also painted the galvanized signs with some of that antique apple barrel antique white paint from Walmart. And what I'm going to do next is just take the Mod Podge and Mod Podge the fabric to the pumpkin. And I'm going to start at the bottom and do it in sections and smooth it out with one of my scraping tools and my fingers. Yes, that's what I'm going to use to smooth it out. And I'm pulling the fabric all the way to the edge of the pumpkin and pressing it down to make sure that it is adhered to the pumpkin. And then I'm just going to go in sections until I get the entire piece adhered to the shape of the pumpkin. And you want to make sure that you get Mod Podge on the edge of your pumpkin so that your fabric doesn't lift up. And I really like the pattern of this fabric. I think this is so beautiful with all the fall colors and the sunflowers and the maple leaves on it. This fabric is so pretty. I'm glad I found it, and it was in the clearance. I got it for 50 cents. Yes, I did. And I got that this year. In the summertime, they had it all kind of fat quarters in clearance for 50 cents. So I picked up a few of them. And right here, I'm just cutting it off of the stem because I want the stem to stay the original brown color that it is. So I'm just fussy cutting around the stem of the pumpkin. And now I'm going to take the scissors and just go around cutting off the excess fabric from around the pumpkin. And the reason why I go around and cut off the excess off the edges, because I wanted to have a nice smooth finish. And y'all, throughout this entire video, you'll see me Mod Podging. I'll be decoupaging actually everything. All of my projects will be decoupage. And I really didn't intend for it to happen like that, but it just did. All of my DIY projects are decoupage. It just happened like that. So this first DIY I'm going to show you everything that I do to complete the project, but later in some of the other projects, I won't take you through that all those steps over and over and over. So that's why I'm showing you everything now. So what I did was I took one of those screwers because I wanted my harvest sign to be like in 3D. But because the lettering is so thin, I didn't want to use something like a wooden block or something that would show behind the sign. So what I did was I cut down the screws and I hot glued them to the back of the galvanized sign, so my sign could have like a 3D effect. And right here I'm showing you how you can see how my little screws are sticking up where I hot glued them on the back of the sign. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dab of, well, first I'm going to sit it there and let that glue set and dry first. And right here what I'm doing is I'm going to take my burlap scrap pieces, and right here I'm just putting them at the top of the pumpkin to measure to see how big or how large I want my bow, because I'm going to do a messy bow. But you can do whatever type of bow you like, or you don't have to do any bow at all. It's your choice. But I put a piece of jute twine down, and I'm going to cut my fabric, my burlap, and my ribbons, and I'm just going to crisscross them, layer one on top of the other until my eyes are happy. And then I'm going to pull it together, lift up the jute twine, pull it together, and tie a knot. And right here I'm just pulling that last little string out of the burlap so it can have like those raggedy edges, I want to say. You guys know what I'm talking about. And right here I'm just showing you how I crisscross each one, a different piece layered on top of a different piece, if that makes sense, to create the messy bow. And right here is where I'm lifting up the jute twine, and I'm going to tie a knot in it. And right here, I'm just pulling it apart and fluffing it up. And I'm going to cut off that excess jute twine where I tied those knots and fluff it up a little bit more. And I'll have a cute little messy bow. And I took that original bow that came on a pumpkin. It's made out of that raffia material. What I'm going to do is just hot glue that in the center of the bow. And I think this came out so cute, y'all. I really like this. And I'm just going to hot glue it to the top of the pumpkin. Right here, I'm just picking the hot glue off my fingers, that's all. And I think this is so cute. And now I'm going to take the harvest sign, and I'm placing it, get my placement together where I want it to go. And right here, one of my little sticks came off, so I'm hot gluing it back on. Excuse me. And I'm just going to put a little dab on each one of those screws to attach it to the pumpkin. And y'all, I gotta admit, at first I was kind of skeptical. I was like, oh, it's not gonna hold. But it held up very well. That hot glue adhered very, very good to that fabric. And I wanted it to be a standing sign, so what I did was I hot glued some Jenga blocks to the back, and I'll show you in a second how. I think I used 3 or 4 Jenga blocks and I glued them together to make it stand. Yeah, there, right there. I glued it's 3 or 4 of them together. Excuse me. And I also added a button to the bow, and I think this came out absolutely adorable. Leave me a comment, guys, and let me know what you think. And I hope you like it as much as I do, and I really, really like this one. But actually, I love doing fall DIYs. I'm so happy we're at that time of the year. Okay, DIY number 2. Here are the supplies that you'll need for this DIY. I have some more of that Apple Barrel Antique White Paint Mod Podge, some fall ribbons, and I have a little freestanding pumpkin. I think I got that from Dirt Cheap. And I also have a fall dish towel that I got last year from Dollar Tree. It's been in my stash for a while, y'all. And what I'm going to do is the same exact steps that I did in DIY number 1. Place the pumpkin, the material down, trace it, and Mod Podge it on. And I'd like to take this time to thank all my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You know that you are so deeply appreciated, and I love each and every one of you. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And I love you new guys too. And if you're just stopping by today, hello and welcome. And if there's anything in this video that you like, give me a big thumbs up. And also consider subscribing to the channel to become a part of my YouTube family. And I promise you, you will not regret it. Love you guys to the moon and back. So right here I have the fabric all cut out, and I'm going to Mod Podge it the exact same way I did in the previous DIY. Yeah, when y'all only see one of my hands in the video, that means that I'm doing something with my other hand. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, that's why you only saw one hand just now. No, I was doing something, I don't know. And I was going to take the original ribbon that was on the pumpkin and try to get it back into a, make a bow with it, and that didn't work. So I just said forget it, and I'm gonna go with the ribbon that I picked to make a bow with, because I was gonna layer the bows and I was gonna leave that one, put that one back and leave it on, but I couldn't get it together. And I was like, you know what, I don't like that anyway, so let's just forget it. Okay, let's just go with some other type of ribbon. And I have that farmhouse ribbon from Dollar Tree. And I also have that, what I'm showing you right there is from the summertime. It's those straw hats that Dollar Tree puts out, and I just took it apart and I put it in my stash to use in case, in a case like this. And I made a bow out of it, and I layered it with some of that ribbon that has the cotton on it, and I added a button, and I think this is so cute. Happy harvest. DIY number 3. Here are the supplies that you need for this DIY. And I know y'all saying, well, what's going on? Why isn't the same background? And I'll tell you why. is because sometimes I'm not at home in my studio. I have other places that I need to be. So this time I decided to take my studio work with me. And this is my makeshift studio. Yes, it is. And I apologize for the lighting. The lighting wasn't that good, but the girls got to do what the girls got to do. And I have one of those signs that I got from Dollar General. And I took my spatula and I lifted up the center part of that sign. I have another dish towel. And I have some Mod Podge and some jute rope, or nautical rope. Yes, it's nautical rope. So, as I said before, same steps. And I was contemplating on whether or not leaving it just like that. But then I wasn't happy with the edges being like that. So I added the nautical rope around the edges of the whole entire sign. And I just did that with a little hot glue. And all I did was took some ribbon and made a simple bow and hot glued it to the top of the sign. And I wanted this to be a standing sign. So what I'm going to do is just take some tumbling tower blocks, hot glue it to the back of the sign at the bottom, at the base, so it can freestand on its own. And there it is. I think this is a little cutie too. Hey there, pumpkin. Leave me a comment, guys, and let me know what you think of this little cutie. Okay, guys. Every third week in the month is either Tuesday or Wednesday. Me and Melinda over at Abby Doll, we get together and we do a collaboration. So after you're done watching this video, I want you to go over to her channel and show her some love. And Melinda's very, very talented in all of her DIY projects. She gets to the point when she's creating them, and she's always encouraging. All of her projects have some type of encouragement meaning to it. So go over to her channel and let her encourage you. DIY number 4. I have another one of those dish towels, a fall dish towel from Dollar Tree. And I have a Dollar Tree sign, one of the summer signs with the flamingos on it. I also have some Mod Podge, some tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree, some super glue wood glue from Dollar Tree, and some Waverly chalk paint in white. And what I did was I took the tumbling tower blocks and I hot glued them together to create a frame to go around my sign. I'm sorry that wasn't in the video, but I really thought that I was videoing and I was not. I think the battery is going bad in my little clicker thing, you know what you click with. I think I need to put a new battery in that because when I looked up I was not videoing. But all I did was hot glued it together, and I took some of the Waverly Antique Wax and I stained my tumbling tower blocks. And there it is. And I think this one came out cute too, y'all. Y'all gotta leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Autumn Harvest Farmers Market open daily. Pumpkin picking, hay-rise, and corn maze. Okay, DIY number 5. Here are the supplies that you need for this DIY project. I have one of those little glass containers from Dollar Tree. I think it's like a little candy dish or so to say, but it's glass and it has a wooden top that comes with it. And I have some Waverly Chalk paint in pumpkin. And what I did was I gave the jar 2 coats of the paint and I left the top as is. I took a piece of the Nautica rope and I hot glued it to the top of the jar to act as a stem for my little bitty pumpkin. And I have just some fall picks from last year that I grabbed out my stash, some berries and some greenery, and I'm just gonna hot glue that to the top of the jar. And I'm also gonna make a simple bow and hot glue that to the top of the pumpkin too. And I think this will look so cute on a fall tier tree. And those little berries, it had like the twine, the floral wire. Yeah, the floral wire. It was attached to floral wire. And all I did was wrapped it around the Nautica rope. And I also added a fall little flower that I pulled off one of the fall picks from Dollar Tree. And I really like this one. Isn't it cute, y'all? It is absolutely adorable for a tier tree or a shelf. It can be a shelf sitter. And I love that stem out of that Nautica rope. I absolutely love the way that came out. And here are all 5 of my fall freestyle DIYs. Leave me a comment, guys, and let me know what you think of them. I think everything came out absolutely adorable and so cute. Now, don't forget, guys, go on over to Melinda's channel, IB Doll, and show her some love. Her link will be down below in my description box. And tell her that the Creole Crafter says hello. Alright, thank you guys for watching. If there's anything in this video that you like, give me a big thumbs up. Also, if you're not a subscriber already, please consider subscribing to become a part of my YouTube family also. And if you do, don't forget to hit the notification bell. Drop down, click all, and YouTube will notify you when I upload a new video. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.